سلام، این ویدیو در مورد تبلیغات محصولات ایران رو است. این ویدیو رو لایک کنید.
Here is Iran, the land of civilization, culture, and poem, the land of myths, ancient epics, and will. The significant advancement of science and industry in Iran has attracted the world's attention to the genuine creativity of the Iranian youths, who never ever lost their hope in the face of any sanctions or limitations. Nowadays, Iran's auto industry, as the second most important industry of the country, dating back to over half a century, has provided the nation with a promising perspective. Back in 1962, when the first small Iranian car company was established in Iran, no one ever thought that within less than 50 years, the company would turn into the giant pillar of the auto industry in the country and a modern car maker across the globe. And now, with the determined attempts of the company's staff and top managers, its name is topping the list of Iran's scientific and industrial achievements. Here it comes, Iran Khudro, an orchestra with more than 58,000 competent men and women capable of producing more than 1,100,000 vehicles. This is the first stage, raw material for producing CKD parts. The silent metal cylinders sitting here are set to turn into key players in the next stage. But how? These neat metal cylinders would become uncurved and go into pieces by press machines. The regular beats of the press machines make a harmonious rhythm, giving the shapeless metal sheets on the transporters geometric forms. This is the first step in shaping the form of a car. The process requires an elegant designing for making molds, an accurate monitoring of press machines' functions, and a proper control on the final production. All of these are highly needed to produce the CKD parts, which are compatible with each other. Press shop in Aiko's site is an excellent example of similar shops across the region. It is the fruit of local scientists' efforts in technical fields. But what is the next movement of this great symphony, and what does it further have in store for us? What happens in the next stage is an artistic configuration of the pieces coming out of press machines. Here the body of the car is shaped. At this stage, separate parts are put into certain jigs and fixtures as part of the process. Here, like passengers lined up for a certain trip, the parts are prepared and arranged to start their journey in peace. And now it is time to take a further step towards beautifying the body. To this end, the body requires an appropriate color. Having accomplished the process of quality tests on color thickness, durability, shininess, and orange peel effect and sealer tests, the body is now ready for entering the final assembly stage. Here at this shop, the outcome of the efforts of part makers, competent staff are respectively imported into the body production line by Kanban and Synchron Systems. The mentioned companies, which are working with a detailed planning under the proper management of SAPCO, establish ICO's supply chain of parts. The process is now reaching its final stage on production line that is operating with reckless efforts of ICO staff. The vehicle is shaping step by step, and the production line has a splendid piece for us in store. But what about the engine of the product? Here is the active part of the volcano of Alborz and Damovan people's will. With taking advantage of the modern technologies in the casting shop of Iran Khudro, the molten alloys provide us with an appropriate ground to fulfill a dream which seemed impossible for our fathers. The global standard system, monitored by IPCO, has already realized the long-term dream of our auto industry. Now let's go back to the assembly line. Here we see a pile of interconnected mechanisms. From secondary mechanisms like wiring, power windows, knobs, mirrors, waterproof and heat resistance insulators, to gearbox and engine. And now this newborn child wants to drive along the test road. With passing various complicated quality tests, it gains the quality certification and prepares itself for driving on the streets and roads. The final control is carried out step by step and with a high degree of accuracy to remove even the slightest technical faults. Today, with the significant efforts of its managers and staff, ICO produces over 30 models of passenger cars covering a broad range of national and foreign products. ICO was established in 1962. Its original name was Iran National, and it changed to Iran Khudro in 1983. Today, the company enjoys 5 links in its car-making value chain. The first link is products design and development. It includes a center for designing and developing products and platforms for motor vehicles, plus Iran Khudro Powertrain Company, which plays a key role in conducting innovation and research into engines. The second link is production equipment. In this link, TAM Company supplies Iran Khudro production lines, offering engineering services to the company as well. Supply chain is the third link. ICO supplies all required parts and components for its products via SAPCO. The fourth link is production. The link has taken the main and serious responsibility for producing vehicles. It has 2 subsidiaries. The first one, ICO, designs and produces passenger cars, and the second one, IKD, designs and produces commercial vehicles. But what finally completes this chain is the link of sales and after-sales service network. Representing the link, ISACO runs nearly 800 outlets across the country. The idea of pursuing a certain industrial diplomacy set forth by ICO's CEO is new innovation which can be turned into a dominant discourse in the post-sanction period. It can also pave the way for attracting foreign investments and restoring ICO's cooperation with top car makers across the globe. With its geographical location on the one hand and its automaking background on the other hand, Iran can turn itself into regional. In the meantime, various statistics indicate that Iran's market is still thriving, which is an ideal target market for foreign car makers. But having half of Iran's market share, ICO has the upper hand in the market. And now, as the sun is still shining brightly in the territories of strong Iranian figures, ICO is honored to play the role of the largest and most modern car manufacturer of the Islamic Republic of Iran. ICO is also determined to show the indomitable will of Iranians to produce high-quality vehicles within national, regional, and global standards.